how.
Oh.
I heard about your first shot, I remember.
Oh, yes, that's right. It got much better after
Good.
that. We were 5 under, so we were very happy.
Good.
Okay, we'll bring our city council meeting for October 24th, 2022 to order, and we will begin with roll call. Ms. Jenny?
Walters.
Here.
Dvorak.
Here.
Anderson.
Here.
Vogel. Here. Sarchet.
Here.
Item 3, motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Dvorak.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Vogel.
Yes.
Sarchet.
Yes.
Walters.
Yes.
Great. Item number 4, public comments. This is the time and place for comments for any item other than those that are public hearing. Jenny, did anyone get in touch with us before 5 p.m.? Any cards to speak? Okay, great. We'll move on then to item 5, which is the consent items, and I'll ask for a motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
Vogel.
Yes.
Sarchet.
Yes.
Walters.
Yes.
Dvorak. Anderson.
Yes.
Moving on to item 6, business items. A, Resolution 2022-123, approving construction drawings for Antler Ridge Phase 1 sanitary sewer. I'll ask for a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
And Kathleen, I think you're going to give a report.
Sure, yes. What you have before you tonight is the construction drawings for the first phase of the sanitary sewer that would serve Antler Ridge Development. Preliminary plat you guys approved on September 26th. So this is kind of the first phase of construction. The developer is asking for approval of the sanitary sewer in advance of the full plat improvements so that we have 6 months of surcharge. So it allows the deep portion of the sanitary sewer to settle before everything else begins. So it would allow them to start construction right away. Just kind of a little bit of history there. The sewer is over depth and upsized because it is also represents the first phase of the southeast trunk sewer. It will connect to the existing southeast trunk sewer that the city constructed on East Southside Drive back in 2013. It will extend through this plat and then south across 415 eventually, and where it will serve areas that are the council approved the annexation on the south side of 415. It will also serve the entire southeast trunk or service area, which is defined, the boundaries of which is defined by the 2080 agreement with Ankeny on annexation. So what we're recommending tonight is approval of the construction drawings. We're also recommending that approval is subject to the developer signing and the city council approving a future development agreement that would occur before the public improvements are accepted, that would cover the city's costs associated with the overdepth sewer and the upsizing of that sewer from 8-inch to a 15-inch sanitary sewer. That's in accordance with the subdivision regulations that were adopted and went into effect January 1st of last year.
I would have had to at least look down at my notes to say all that, so good you. Council, any questions, comments?
Yeah, so we are approving the construction drawings just for the sanitary sewer. So I know we got questions on water retention through there, no input.
That's not, yeah, this is just the sanitary sewer, so they can construct the sanitary sewer, and it's not all of the sanitary sewer for the plat, it's just to get it, the deep sewer constructed past the phase 1 project. If you remember, I think I actually brought this. If you recall, phase 1 was kind of shown in this light blue here.
Yep.
So this will extend the sewer, picks it up, again, the city's existing sanitary sewer here, runs up South Side Drive, then a distance, and then it will run down through the plat, and get beyond into phase 2, so that again, this portion can settle before they move forward the actual construction drawings. I anticipate we'll be doing that sometime this year, that would be a spring construction.
So infrastructure, no moving of dirt, topographic changes,
Yeah,
getting that.
Right. I mean, there'll be some top, because they're going to have some surcharging. I don't remember what the depth of it is, but they will be piling extra dirt over the top of the trench to help it settle. So there'll be some of that.
They've provided temporary storm sewer conveyance as well
as to make sure that it doesn't pond and go places that it's not currently going today.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
DeVore,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
Sarchet, Walters.
Yes.
Business item B, purchase replacement fire engine with a down payment of $175,000 for delivery in FY '25. We'll ask for a motion first, please.
So, second?
And Chief, I believe you are going to talk about this.
So fiscal year 23-24, for the CIP, we're scheduled for a new fire engine, budget of $700,000. We started the process about 2 months ago through, and we used Sourcewell to assist with that. We kind of got going early on it. We found that all fire engines are 2 to 36 months out right now for building. So it's still going to put us to not receive it, well, unfortunately. The base unit with everything that the committee came up with has all, everything that they want on it came up to $714,231. But with that $175,000 down payment, they can give us a discount of $13,562, putting the contract price to $700,669.
Any questions?
So just suggesting that we take advantage of that down payment option, get some money there, so get this ordered. As of November 1, prices are going up to about 9%. So the sooner we can sign on the dotted line, lock in this price, because prices.
So the city has $175,000 in cash set aside in the capital fund for this purchase. That's kind of where we landed on with the down payment. No, it's not in this current year budget, but the cash availability is there for the down payment. So that will be incorporated into the budget amendment that you've all set the public hearing for.
So it was budgeted per our CIP, just not this year.
Yes.
And so I think that the delivery, you said 32, 35 months, is it? I mean, we're not expecting any, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, they don't expect payment till receipt or when it's done, and so the rest of the payment will be due then.
But you're good with the replacing the 451, we're fine to keep
Yeah,
using that for,
It'll last.
okay.
Not ideal, but.
When was it, so we get this in, when were we hoping to get it per CIP?
23-20 fiscal year.
Okay, so it's a full year because of the,
And
yeah,
every company is the same way. Spoke to multiple fire chiefs that are all in the same situation, so.
If memory serves me correctly, we've been talking about this for quite some time, kind of not kicking it down the road necessarily, but it's been one of those things for a few years because of the price. So I think it's definitely time to take advantage of that.
well, if it's a vehicle
Yeah.
scheduling.
Oh, yeah, and it was, but I think we just, because of the price tag, there's some of the things that maybe kicked it out, but I think it's, yeah, definitely a good time to do that. You know,
It looks like about a $76,000 savings if you factor in the 9% increase plus your discount, putting the down payment, so money saved in the long run, knowing that we're going to do it anyway. It's got to be done.
Our current engine's 21 years old. We're kind of just transition that to our rural engine. It's not as nice as their current one, so. But it's still just old.
Okay, we'll ask for roll call, please.
Vogel,
Yes.
Sarchet,
Yes.
Walters,
Yes.
DeVore, Anderson.
Yes.
Item C, first reading of ordinance 2022-2400, amending Chapter 75 Polk City Municipal Code regarding the use of all-terrain vehicles and off-road utility vehicles within the city. I'll ask for a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
And then Chief, I think.
Yes, Mayor. So the information in front of you, kind of is a response to the state changing a couple of their traffic codes regarding ATVs and the off-road utility vehicles. The proposal you have is basically, we make updates to our code, chapter 75, to continue to not allow the use of these on our city streets.
And that's, from your perspective, the route we should go.
I think so.
Okay. So I called Chelsea about this. So ironically, after seeing the packet coming out on Friday, I saw two on the road this weekend. It was nice, and mentioned maybe some reporting that was leading people to believe that it is allowable, right? And we have
Yes. So when the state passed their code, we tried to make a more proactive approach to
which was when.
July,
Okay.
to basically state that they're still not on the city streets. This would just reflect the how the state code is currently written, just to stay consistent with our best practices.
I don't know. From my perspective, I think it's a debatable point. I'll go with your judgment on not allowing it. I know we've talked about golf carts and some other things. Personally, I think it's something that would maybe be an option to look into, because I think we are, one of the outer suburbs and with all the recreation around here. But, I guess trust your judgment and the safety component of it. So.
And even with a lot of the recreation around, we're not going to be allowed within those capacities either. So I think it would just create a bigger problem by us allowing that the other entities we surround.
Okay, we'll ask for roll call.
Dvorak.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Vogel.
Yes.
Sarchet.
Yes.
Walters.
Yes.
And then item D, second reading of ordinance 2022-2300, rezoning Holly Woods from R2 and R2A to R1 single family residential. I'll ask for a motion, please.
Second.
Roll call. Well, any comment? Roll call.
Sarchet. Walters.
Yes.
Dvorak. Anderson.
Yes.
Vogel. Yes.
Moving on to 7, reports and particulars. We'll ask staff if anything. Okay. Chelsea, do you have anything?
I do. Ron Anderson had made mention about MetroNet at the last council meeting, and he asked me to give kind of an update on where we were at. So we've received quite a few complaints from the public regarding MetroNet. They are a new fiber company coming to Polk City. They've been doing quite a bit of work in the public utility easement. So we have received some complaints from citizens. We have forwarded most of those complaints to MetroNet directly and kind of put them on notice that we expect them to remedy some of the complaints that we've received. So I just kind of want to go on the record to say that we have notified MetroNet and we are trying to take care of it.
Could you maybe, since we're bringing that up, talk about how they, or I could just say it, but do a better job of that MetroNet used a statewide franchise agreement, and we didn't have it because of that franchise agreement. We basically couldn't not allow them in
Yes,
town.
that is correct. Yep.
My biggest issue with that was leaving it as you found it, and I don't feel like that's really what has been happening, and I assume that's why you're getting the complaints, because
Yes.
with others in the past, I haven't had to, I didn't get complaints that there was things not put back where they're supposed to be, or shot, or, mounds of different things. It was really smooth, there wasn't anything happening, so I want to go on the record to say I'm very disappointed in MetroNet, based on just not working with the people not necessarily coming to the table. Just ask, not necessarily, they don't have to ask permission, but they certainly could just work with us, if you will. And it's disappointing, and I'll stop there because I don't feel like anything, I've just really had a problem with it, to be honest. First time in 20-some years I've been here that ever encountered a utility that try to do a good job of remedying issues they had, so.
Well, it's bad timing. I mean, My Fiber, who did approach us earlier and had done a lot of work this summer, the ground literally just settles from their work, and then here comes another group who doesn't seem to be as interested in fixing things when issues arise. So, I'm with you.
So if they watch this, others, then please treat others' areas like they treat their own, and then we can all just live harmoniously and have no issues moving forward. How's that?
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I just want to say thank you, Chelsea, for following up on this. Makes things a lot easier when we communicate and are able to give answers to the citizens that contact us, and not just say, well, somebody else let them do it. It's still our town, it's still our responsibility, and we owe it to the taxpayers of the cities to at least give explanations, so thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay. Council members have been speaking, so anything else from the council?
Congratulations, FD promotions and new hires.
How long do you think before you'll be up 100% when the fire truck comes in? All right. I know it's tough.
A lot of our part-time people all have career jobs, and they're all working overtime career jobs, so their availability for us is kind of limited due to that. People are overworked,
I understand.
hiring people, and
Keep up your work. Thank you.
Well, thank you for saying those things, and I'm not aware of the inner workings, but you still seem to be doing a good job. The transition has gone smoother than we could ask for. It's greatly appreciated, the work that the whole group does. Shorthand.
Okay, great. The only thing that I would add is I just wanted it on record that we had a nice visit with the mayor of Polk City, Florida last week when we were in Florida, and this is the key to Polk City, Florida. They're about half the size of Polk City, Iowa. A nice place, nice people. So thank you, Mayor Joe, for hosting us. With that, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same side. We are adjourned.